That's true.
Why you gotta give us a bad name?
Although he won't admit it.
Yeah, that's his
You'd have to be a really long one. Dancing with Men.
favorite song is that Bon Jovi hit, "You Give Gays a Bad Name." They call you Lady Luck.
You know, I went to the Paul McCartney concert and I was so disappointed. You know, Bon Jovi showed up, but evidently he's having vocal problems, and so he just wished Paul a happy birthday. He didn't really sing or anything.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Did he have to stand on a box to do it?
But you know, I also love when reviewers say things. They said something like, "Well, with his limited vocals," it's like, what the hell are they talking about? Bon Jovi has an incredible range. I was like, what are you talking about?
Speaking of incredible range, you're looking at Gladys.
Oh, Gladys.
Good segue, Chuck.
Thank you.
Gladys, this is a fun fact. Gladys can be blowing a guy underneath that cash register.
Yes.
And giving a hand job outside the window behind her. The same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
And you know this firsthand? Hello.
Hello. We heard about it we heard about it from Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, that's right. by word of mouth, is that what you're saying?
Oh.
No, not if it's Lindsey Graham. No.
That's right.
Right. So as we get started, hello to folks on the YouTube. We'll just get over to the Mike Langworthy Theater. First, we'll remind you that 10% of your Wicked Awesome ticket purchases goes to Elevating Connections and their programs for youth who are separated from their siblings by foster care. Let's say thank you to our VIP customers. I saw where Denny is here, so welcome. And we've got you up in the VIP section, Denny, along with the Longshores.
We have an excellent VIP section up there. There's going to be some special prizes tonight.
Yes, we worked on these.
As Glenn Fry might say, there's going to be a special prize tonight. A special prize tonight, I know.
Right. And those of you who purchased general admission or are watching on the YouTube, welcome. We have prizes for you as well. You'll be up in the balcony. So take your seat up there, and then we'll get over to the M. Langworthy Magical Theater. There it is, right inside the beautiful Colorado Comedy Show's virtual event center. Over on the north section. This is where this is Mike's temporary theater as we build the official Mike Langworthy Theater. So this one just
for those of you who are not aware of the history.
Right. Tell us about it, Mike.
Randall Donovan, you've been here several times, but you haven't been here for everyone, so you may not know that the fire curtain on this theater is actually made of roughly a third of one of Chuck's old bathrobes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, just the belt.
That's
this is
100% silk. 100% silk.
I noticed
Well,
also.
I'm glad you're recycling.
Matter of fact,
because that
it's
makes it all
100%
very
silk in the
sustainable.
sense that it's started a couple of fires.
And I also noticed that if that's Chuck's bathrobe, part of it's lifted up.
Yeah. We're about to start another fire. Hello.
Because a well-turned ankle is what made Chuck realize that he batted for the distaff side of the sexual.
Chuck didn't start the fire.
Oh,
it's burning.
Hey, don't ever sing Billy Joel on a show. You haven't seen me do the bit. I'll do the bit just to demonstrate what I can do.
Speaking of things that could be using some improvement, tonight's show is brought to you by new and improved Zing.
Zing!
Zing.
Do your jokes need a bigger guffaw? A little more ha in your hottie ha ha ha? Get yourself some Zing. Available.
A little more zing in your punchline.
Right.
Zing will put lead in your pencil as well, by the way.
Right.
That's the new and improved Zing.
And by
right?
that, I don't mean the metaphor for your penis. I mean actually your pencil.
The new and improved Zing. Well, speaking of new and improved, let's welcome your host for the show, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Langworthy.
All right, yeah. Don't be so modest. I may be new, but you're improved, Chuck. That's the important.
Thank you. Thank you. I read your daily memo.
Oh, we have a European has snuck in here. He's apparently escaped conscription into the pro-Ukraine side of the war over there. So congratulations to him.
Right. That effort in Eastern Ukraine is really, solving.
Well, right at the moment, it's looking pretty good for the Ukrainians.
Yeah. Looks like we don't need to send longshore into the Ukrainian army.
No, we don't.
So,
Should be a big result, a big relief to his parents who still haven't gotten out of the shock of his marriage and the proof that it provided that maybe he's not gay.
right. Isn't that what? Where'd you go, Mike? Mike, the show is now.
Maybe. That's a big maybe.
Mike just
Big,
got
big
up
maybe.
and left the show.
That's okay. I'm taking over. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah, try it, buddy.
Elvis and Mike have left the building.
Thanks for the butt shot. Our YouTube viewership just went up.
It was not a butt shot. That's the sad
And
thing.
my penis just went down.
No.
Right.
What year was that again?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm also gonna get some. I'm gonna get some water out of my mini fridge here, which was. This is how much the show has come. Wait till you see the prizes we have for the VIPs tonight. I got the
Right.
mini fridge as the very first VIP.
That's right.
VIP prize for doing the show.
Those
I'm gonna
waters are
back away.
those waters are
from the
$7 a
camera.
bottle.
Getting
Those,
butt
those
shot.
waters are $7 a bottle if you take it out of the mini fridge.
Right.
Yep.
True. Mike is on the road.
How
Well,
much
he's
is the
the
water
best.
in the mini fridge?
$7.
$7, same as in town. All right. So we got a show tonight. Boy, do we have a show. Oh, it's not very often that you get an entire show full of comedians who've all worked before. Many of whom have worked together before. They have slain in audiences from Boulder all the way down to Castle Rock. And get yourself a Google map if you don't know what I'm talking about, because we're talking about the greater Denver area.
Wow.
And it's just a privilege on those rare nights when you get to host that show. So
Right.
while we're waiting for those folks to show, we've got a lineup for you.
See what he did there, everybody. Is
That came as a complete surprise to everybody.
he moved water from one plastic container to another.
That's talent.
That was the magic act.
I learned how to do that when I was living in California.
Colorado's got
Everything
talent.
in California is plastic. So no matter what you move or where you move it to, you're moving it from one plastic thing to another.
Yes.
Just, just test that out with a starlet who starved her baby to death trying to breastfeed it.
Oh,
Wow.
Chip, I heard that and it's not appropriate. It really isn't.
I'm sorry.
We don't groan on behalf of the dead children here. We celebrate comedy. Just keep that in mind, Chip. So don't.
Even if it kills some
This
children.
is a compassion-free. It's like
That's
going
what
to
they say.
visit. It's like going to visit a house in Singapore. You take your shoes off before you go in the house, and here you take your conscience and just set it aside until the hour's over.
You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You got to kill a few kids to make comedy.
That's absolutely. Somebody always gets hurt, and why? Who better than kids?
Right.
Well,
How else do you know if a joke kills?
Yeah, and how else will they learn? You don't kill the kids during the jokes. How else will they learn?
Right. That's just if
Hey,
we
speaking of which, I've been seeing some movies lately. A bunch of movies on Netflix with
What movie?
guys who are. Jamie Foxx is in one where he's it's a science fiction movie set in the near future, and he's a guy who just got retired from the army, and he's trying to find his daughter who's being used as a guinea pig for a new drug that will give you superpowers for 5 minutes.
Right.
If you haven't seen the movie, I highly, highly recommend that you don't see the movie.
Yes, I agree.
Make that cool guinea pig noise.
I liked it. I liked it.
The name is.
The name I can't. Excuse me.
Project Power, I think. Project
Rough idea of
Power, if I
impression of
remember
the
correctly.
power. It's something. Power.
Project Power. Yeah.
Power Project. The Power or Project Power? Project
Yes.
Power.
James,
Yes.
didn't you have a part in that one?
It would have been a better movie if I did.
Right.
He played a Power Ranger, I think.
It would have to have been
Got his
a
autograph.
bloody corpse that had been dragged behind a tractor in Laramie, Wyoming for a day and a half. Had been
Oh
in that.
man.
The role I was born to
Guys,
play.
what did I say about parking things at the door, Chuck?
Right.
So anyway, it just made me wonder, what would it be like for those guys? And I saw another movie where a girl, and it's God, I can't remember. It's a one-word title, and it's the name of the daughter who's the star of the movie. Her father's a spy, and he's just trained her to be tough as nails her whole life.
Hannah, is it Hannah?
No, it's not. No, Hannah's that series. It is exactly that premise. But this,
It's G.I. Jane. Oh, sorry. Oh, ow.
No,
Somebody just slapped me.
Wrong side. Oh no, wait a minute. You're reversed. Okay, so you got that
wow.
right.
Okay, it's okay. No problem.
The one
Anyway,
thing,
well, what would it like to be that guy's kid, though? You know, that it just struck me funny that they try to have a normal family life, but they've got a special ops dad.
that's
Alan
right.
struck
What
himself
about
down, too.
what's it like on the morning that they try to serve breakfast in bed to their mom because it's her birthday? You know.
But Mike, can I make you go back just a little bit?
Yes.
I think you buried the lead on the Jamie Foxx movie because you didn't tell us, what was his superpower? Do you remember what his superpower was?
I do remember what his superpower was. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean the movie's like 2 years old, isn't it? Something like that.
4 years old, I think. But at any rate, it's not
You
old
remember-
enough.
You
It's
remember?
not
You
old
remember,
enough so that it
you
came with
remember what-
sound, and that was the top of the list. Of
you remember what his superpower was, right?
he had the superpower of a pistol shrimp.
That's exactly right. A pistol shrimp.
A pistol shrimp, which I looked up because it's a real thing apparently. And,
Right. Yeah. I'm like,
It,
okay, who?
it breaks its arm sometimes off in order to snap a claw so fast that it vaporizes the water next to it.
Yeah.
It's 2 centimeters, 2 to 3 centimeters long, this shrimp.
Right.
But it kills fish that swim by, and then it just feeds on the fish after it's not done that. It has to wait until it recovers before it can find something else. So it's a good thing that it can kill a fish. I mean, a real fish, just a tiny little minnow.
That writer went deep. That writer went deep on that.
Yeah, he did.
It's like,
He did.
Yeah.
Although he didn't bother to explain why it was based on acquiring single traits from individual low
Right,
forms of
yeah.
life. But you know what? That's not what this show is all about.
And should he be called Pistol Shrimp Man? Is that what Pistol?
Sure, why not? Couldn't have hurt the movie.
What is this show about, Mike?
It's about yak time for America, one person at a time, and apparently not even for the first business, at least. So you know what? I was going to do a whole bit about trying to fix breakfast on your wife's birthday, but you're doing it like it's a military operation. It's hysterical. You'll have to trust me. 'Cause I'm not going to spend 5 minutes trashing the career of a man who's far more talented than I'll ever be. And also Jamie Foxx. I'm kidding.
Oh,
And
It's
also
pretty
you gotta crack a few eggs to make breakfast.
Yeah,
for
you
the-
can't. I try to break omelets in the hopes of being able to reconstitute eggs from one.
What would it be like, Mike, if a family of a military person tried to make breakfast for the mom?
Well, let me think about it for about 3 or 4 acts, and then I'll come up with a bit. I had an idea, but I'm not going to go with it now. Are you kidding me? I know when you're stepping into a minefield.
I know.
Or
I'm-
quicksand, more likely.
I've fixed breakfast for my wife. I mean, I've been in this shit. I know.
You've
I've been in this shit, man. I got
fortunately, he goes down to the VA. He goes down to the VA every month for his medication to forget the
I
experience.
got the PTSD to prove. I've cooked a few omelets, baby. I've been in this shit.
Connor, Melanie, go to the fridge, get eggs and milk. No.
Dad, which one do I crack? Do I crack the
You
white
just-
egg or the
Just
brown egg?
think about this. Yes, you've had to put up with me for 12 minutes instead of being able to do the acts that you guys wanted to do when you got here. But you didn't have to work on a show with Margie Stubbs, and just thank God for that. Oh, no.
Wow.
I appear to have made a horrible error. A horrible error. Yeah, somebody that I don't know yet. If anybody knows Margie Stubbs, try and give her some kind of a heads up in the private chat about what kind of a dick I am. I mean, she knows that, but what she doesn't know is I'm doing it on purpose for effect. All right. Anyway, I'm going to start the show regardless. I don't care, man. You know what? I don't fucking care.
All right.
A lot of you guys are thinking, Donovan is thinking, what the fuck did I decide to come back here for? But you know, Randall, is Randall the way you like to be referred? Or Randy?
Just in the
No,
just in the comedy world.
I
Yeah,
like people
Randall's
call him
fine.
Randy, Randall.
Randall, yeah, it's not my real name. So
Okay,
it doesn't
Randall's
matter.
fine. Okay, Randall, I want you to do your set. The only caveat on it, I'm going to have you go first, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Like the fact that I'm talking to him exclusively doesn't tip that off. But anyway, when you're done with your set, I want you to just take a minute and let everybody know what you do, like in real life. Okay.
Okay, and it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you know, I fucked up the whole timing thing. So if you go in a minute or so over, it's
Okay.
it's going to be okay.
All right.
And Jeffrey, don't listen to what I just told him. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. So you guys remember the good old days when monkeypox was just another Ben and Jerry's flavor? I miss those days, you know. Remember the good old days when Mar-a-Lago was just another butter substitute? You know, those were simpler times. So speaking of simpler times, you know, my grandfather was a Russian immigrant. You know, he came to this country about 100 years ago came to this country with 50 cents in his pocket, you know, which in today's money is like what, $16,000. And the thing is, you know, instead of saving the money or investing it, you know, he blew it all on a corned beef sandwich. You know, this is really, really depressing. And, you know, but my grandmother was very resourceful. She ran an international drug smuggling ring. It was called the Meddling Cartel. So that kind of put me through college. Yeah, so moving on to another member of my family, I have a nephew, Benji. He's 6 years old. He's adorable. And, you know, I asked him what he wants to do for a living. And you know, he says when he grows up, he wants to be an investigative journalist, you know, so we can speak truth to Power Rangers. You know, it's really adorable. And the thing about this kid is, you know, whenever he doesn't get his way, he throws a temper tantrum, you know. So we're trying to make the best of the situation. We're training him to become a tennis pro because that would come in handy. So you know who I feel bad for is I feel bad for Prince Andrew. You know, besides the fact that his mom died, R.I.P. whatever, you know, but here's a guy he's like the poster child for privilege, you know, not just white privilege, but next level privilege, you know, and he gets involved in this horrible scandal and gets all his royal and military titles stripped away from him, you know. You don't even have to call him your lordship anymore. You know, you can just go, aye, and he has to answer. Bad, right? I mean, you know, things are bad, you know, when your own mother throws you under the coach, you know? So you know what really annoys me? A lot of things, but these couples that introduce each other as my partner in crime. Hi, I'd like you to meet Gwendolyn, my partner in crime. Ooh, edgy, dangerous, my partner in crime. Okay, first of all, yuck. Right, that's number one. And second of all, I always want to ask these people, oh, pray tell, what's the nature of your criminal partnership? What were you, robbing bodegas? What was it? Insider trading, or were you just annoying people at dinner parties? Please share with the class. Listen, if your name is not Thelma or Louise or Bonnie or Clyde or Sacco or Vanzetti, give it a rest. I don't want to hear about this partner. Bunch of crap. Okay, so to entertain myself over this summer, I've been watching a lot of Karen videos. They say that entertainment is dead in this country. No. These are fantastic. So these videos, they always have titles like Entitled Karen Gets Owned, Entitled Karen Gets Instant Karma. So last night I was watching episode 45. Entitled Karen Yells at 7-Eleven cashier. So, I'm watching this, but little by little, I realized that, this Karen is actually in the right. I'm actually on Team Karen for once. And look, let's face it, those Doritos were soggy. And despite the fact that she's an overweight white woman, I think she deserves to get her money back. I think she's entitled to her $4.59 back. So this is what I say. I say, give this woman her refund and let the healing begin. And then we can start to come together as a nation. That's just my point of view. And okay, so, it seems like you can post anything on Facebook, any random comment, and you'll get a response. Try this, try this later on. I'll give you an example. Like the other day I posted, pesto is overrated. Bam, 75 likes, just like that, Then 3 days later, I posted that I won the Nobel Prize for particle physics. Nothing. Crickets, all my friends are hiding under the covers or something. You know what Herbert Hoover once said? Haters be hating, or he said hating or something. All right, one more quick thing. Well, you know what? I'm just going to leave you with the words of my Uncle Morty. He was an old school vaudevillian, and he always, he would tell me, Randall, always leave the audience wanting an explanation. So I'll leave you with that hysterical joke. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've been following the chat, but I found out a stunning fact. When Sacco and Vanzetti were members of the same anarchist group, they were tried for the same murder, and they also died on the same day. So what are the odds on all those coincidences?
Right, and they went to your show on that day. That is crazy.
Whoa.
And you shot. And you shot.
They almost went to my show, Chuck. Come on.
Is it a comedy show or is it a history?
Tell the whole. No, it was a
It's
comedy
both.
show. They almost
It's
came to
both.
the show, but Chuck was doing the warm up, and they died just before the show started.
Hello.
Before
Hello.
the show. And fuck with me some more, Chuck. I really.
Payback is 3 pence on that joke.
Yeah.
Tell him, Chuck, they died laughing. Tell him.
Right.
Payback is a bitch, Scotty.
Yeah.
Because they're Italians. Bitch, Scotty. Come on. I don't do this,
No.
Maya.
Well, is it
Chuck.
I can't ever unhear that now.
Chuck.
Bitch, Scotty.
I didn't come here to be insulted, Chuck.
Where do you usually go?
Hello.
Thank
you.
Very good.
Thank you.
isn't Chuck's name on Grinder Sacco Balls and Vanzetti?
Yes. Yes.
I always thought it was Sackful and Vanzetti, but you could be right. So
It's Van's ready.
Sackful and Van Ready.
Yeah.
Just by the way, the name of the headlining vaudeville team on Fire Island for 50 years.
There you go.
Oh, but I kid. Hello to Lorna Batters, whose name reminds me of one of the most horrible jokes I ever heard. It has nothing to do with her. It's nothing.
Obviously.
Not with that
Oh,
attitude.
sure.
I believe she's a bar owner now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Ned Rice has still says he still wants to be on the show.
Okay.
So I'm telling him yes.
Okay, I don't have anything tonight. I've got my family here, so
Are you just here to watch and support the people who are good?
What a weirdo.
oh, thanks.
No, not me. I'm not saying me. I'm saying
Thanks again, Michael. I'm just here to support the people that are good. I'm not going to do anything. Yes, that's what I'm here.
no. Yeah. You know what? It wasn't until you repeated it that I realized what I said at that level. No, I'm not kidding, because I would cheerfully have done that had I thought of it, but I didn't. You pointed it out, and to our newest member, as you can see, I'm a dick even when I'm not trying to be. I said good when I meant you just came here to support the other people who are coming to the mic. That's what I meant to say.
Other comics, yes.
Yes, other comic. No, yes.
Okay.
Yes, other
Okay.
comic.
I'll let you.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, you know what, Randall, I hope you stick around, because at some point I'd love to have you tell people a little bit about your background. But you know what?
Oh, I forgot
I've
about
been
that.
wasting everyone's time for a long time, so I'm gonna try and run through some. This reminds me of when we used to do the intros that would take forever. Now I'm just
When
doing
did
the
we
intro
stop?
and moving on. Okay, a comedian I've seen several times who I adore, and
Hey, Mike, about this next comedian.
Oh,
Do you really
Yeah,
adore them, or are
sorry.
you just saying that for the purposes of an
it's not
introduction?
everything is about you, Chuck.
Oh, okay.
Because our next comedian isn't even a man,
Hey, Mike.
and I know
is it
that.
a- Hey, Mike.
I know that describes half of the males on the show tonight, but still, this is someone who
Are Mike and Chuck the
is
Sunshine Boys?
genetically set apart from the gender.
Hey, Mike, is the next act coming up soon?
Well,
sometime tonight.
she was gonna,
Oh!
since you waved that red flag in front of the bull.
Mm.
Probably not. Okay, anyway, from Boulder, very funny, very nice. It was going to be a better introduction, but apparently I'm taking too long. So please welcome.
That's what she said.
No,
said,
that's what
right,
she's
yeah,
never
there you
said.
go.
You told me.
Never said.
Never to
Glad
me.
you said that. I'm glad you
Never once to me. So our next performer is Katherine Shea. Please give her a big round of applause.
Hello.
Hey,
All right, Catherine.
I think
Yeah.
she fell asleep
Thank
during the
you.
intro.
that's
Thank you. Is it my turn?
Wait, let me give you a proper introduction. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you all so much for having me. Randall, I loved you listing off your movies of Karen movies. It sounds like a great porno channel.
Yeah.
I often get mistaken for a Karen, but I'm really
Sign
just a
up for
very...
the Karen channel. You're entitled to it. Go ahead.
Oh.
That's right. I
Oh,
wish I thought of that.
Well, you will.
Yeah, I get mistaken for a Karen all the time, but I try to explain that I'm just a very effective executive, but that doesn't really go over very well. I think my kid lies to me. Yeah, and every time I say that, people laugh. And I think, is everybody raising liars? Are we raising a nation of liars?
yeah.
No. No.
Like, who's raising the truth tellers? Am I doing this wrong?
No.
So I think anyway, we'll get to the bottom of that. I'm a single mom. I think most of you know that. And had a visit to the court today, and I don't care what that judge says. I'm killing it. I didn't really want to be a single mom. And, it's not my fault. Her dad just couldn't keep up as we drove away. Feels so good. Anyway, but don't feel bad for me, especially as we drove away, especially because he had that woman hanging onto his arm. But don't feel bad for me. I paid her. The best $20 I ever spent.
Him too, probably.
Yeah.
Hey.
This is really fun. I thought today was going to be the worst. I woke up, I got a text from my neighbor. The neighbor that always wants to get together. I'm like, yeah, come over for a barbecue, or play Scrabble, or something, I don't know, inappropriate. Let you use your imaginations there. So I'm lying in bed, Jenga, lying in bed trying to think of the excuses, what I'm going to say to her. I can't tell her I had COVID again. I can't tell her it's work again. I can't tell her that my dad died again. So it's exhausting trying to think of excuses for this woman about why I'm not going to be able to get together with her later today. I don't know how I'm going to get out of bed after I I'm so tired thinking of all these excuses. Then I read the text. She says, "It's raining outside and your front car window is down. Just wanted you to know." Like, what is she doing looking at my car window? Very nosy neighbor. I just finished a round of therapy. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. Now I got rid of my ex, my other ex, and my entire life savings. It was a busy 3 weeks. I had this dream about Matt Damon. I can't believe I didn't leave with that. I had this dream that Matt Damon wanted to date me. Yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go out to dinner with you. And I think I was feeling sorry for, like Randall was feeling sorry for Prince Andrew. I was feeling sorry for Matt Damon. Because you saw those cryptocurrency commercials that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking, God, he must just feel like a fool. I'm picturing him sitting at the edge of his bed, holding his head in his hands, just like feeling like a fool for doing those stupid well, because, the market fell out of cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just feel really bad for Matt Damon. Do you guys want to hear about my sex life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with Matt Damon?
You all are perverts. I was raised Catholic. I only talk about sex with an old man in the closet.
Hello.
You guys have been great. Thank you for listening to me. Give it up for your host, Mike Langworthy.
After the same, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you're the first woman I've met from Boulder who wasn't complaining.
It's my New Year's resolution.
Damn it, Mike. She's right. Cryptocurrency's dropped. Shit.
Yeah. And where is it written that a person who is smart enough to scratch his name in the ground with a stick takes investment advice from a movie star? So, be that as it may. Katherine, lovely job. Thank you. Glad you were here. I hope you can stick around when the show's over and stuff. And if not, and even if you do, I hope you come back many, many more times. Our next performer is a guy that has been here a lot of times on the Zoom show. In fact, he's such a regular, no joke. He's been such a regular that I forgot that he has never been on the show that we did live back in the pre-Cambrian era before COVID. But he lives like 1,200 miles away, so I guess he wouldn't. It's a long commute, you know. I don't think my mother would drive 1,200 miles to see me get my final divorce decree. That's how far away he lives. He doesn't like my wife, is what I'm saying. Well, she was okay with it now because she's dead. So, but at any rate, please welcome, if you will, my favorite veteran, Jeffrey Burden II, please. Come on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it, Mike. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As Mike mentioned, everybody, I'm a veteran. I was in the Air Force. I talk about it. I really do not like to brag about it. I mean, who wants to brag about being a veteran anyways? But for me, I was a cook in the Air Force. You know, it would sound very silly. You know, it's like, bitch, I grilled cheeseburgers to keep your ass free. You know, I'm not going to do that. No, it's terrible. But yeah, there's a special guest with me tonight, if you will. Let me see if I could switch to act. Yeah, just to get a. So I got this wonderful lip zit right here. If you take a look,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
it's
you disgusting animal.
it's got to be it wanted to be a part of the show. But it's huge. It's like a mountain on my lip. It's so
Looks like a
painful.
second head.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a name. I'm gonna call it Rocky. You know, because I popped it. That's what you see.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Get back on your chairs. I know I just crushed it, right? No. Anyways, you guys, I've been a busy guy. Trying to, pay off the bills and be a good husband and not live with anybody else but my wife. And we have some guests living in the house. And, after a couple months, frankly, I was just ready for me to kill myself. It was too long. I go into the fridge and the milk that I buy is gone, and my wife's not drinking the milk, and I know I'm not drinking it. So I had it a couple of days ago. It's been like 10 months. And I said, honey, it's time for them to move out. I've had enough. I married you. I didn't marry other people. I don't want to do it anymore, and I'm like, it's decision time, you got to help me out. And she took action that night. She went out and she got more milk for me. That's what she did. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, well, can't fault her. She's listening, right? I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but folks, yeah. So I don't know. We try to do stuff together, right? My wife and I took her to Walt Disney World back in March. We had a great time, but I got to be cautious because the wildlife. I got to be cautious because the wildlife. It's there, And a little girl actually a few years ago. Or a little boy. The point is, it was a child got hurt by this alligator, and it very dangerous stuff. It killed the child. And so my wife and I were walking, and we see this fenced area that has this sign that says "Beware of wild animals." And she was with my grandson. I'm like, get the fuck back right now, just really scared, And we went to this, recently we went up just over the border. I live in Toledo, Ohio. We went over the border and in Michigan, and we went to this wild petting zoo, and there was this lady who was trying to feed an alligator, and she sort of had this pole with a fish dangling in front of the alligator and just wouldn't take. And I'm sure that the lady, the employee, felt awkward because she was there for the longest time trying to feed this alligator. I'm just like, just put a 2-year-old in front of it. It'll eat it right up. It will eat it right up. Okay. I don't know. All right, I'm working on that joke. Maybe if you wanted to abort the 2-year-old, there you go. Make you feel better about that joke. So, anyways, I don't know.
4 years. 4-year-olds have had enough. Am I right? Up top, anybody? We've had a good run.
That's right. I'm driving down the road and I see a sign. It's sort of one of those advertisements for a walk to fight suicide. And I thought, I don't know. That doesn't sound serious enough. Don't you want to run if you know a suicide's about to happen? You know, honey, you want to go take a stroll? I'm going to go stop somebody from suicide. Let's just walk in.
I'll do it.
Well,
I swear to God, I'll do it. Seriously, I'll do it.
Wait, I can't run. Wait, hold on. No.
You could skip.
Anyways, everybody, you have been lovely, and I've had a great time. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Hey, Jeffrey, the thing about those are good. Those are the ones that you say you're still working on. Great premises. Keep going with them. Not that you give a shit what I think.
What'd you say, Mike?
Less so every minute. But and especially the thing about the two-year-old versus a 4-year-old. You know, I mean, I'm not crazy. Don't give him a 2-year-old. But if it's between a fish and a 4-year-old, now we're talking. Plus, I grew up in Michigan. I've been in southern Michigan. I've been right on the border between Michigan and Ohio. And I never saw a wild alligator in my entire life. So I'm really, really spooked by that information. But be that as it may. Okay, so Danny is our next performer. Danny's been on the show before too, and I'm really glad to have him back. I know you guys are going to be glad to see him again or see him for the first time, depending. Danny Bazongas, give him a big round of applause.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Is Bazongas an actual name, really, or is that just like a thing that you made
It's
up?
not my government name.
Your government name? What's
Not
your
my
government name?
Yeah.
Cheese? Government cheese?
I would change my name legally to Cheese just to call myself Government Cheese. But as it is, I'm Danny Bazongas, and I'm sponsored by Chi-Chi Salsa. Bazongas and Chi-Chis, what a pair! And I actually got paid to say that, man. I got 30 cents off a 12-ounce jar. I'm making it now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
They say there's no money in show business.
No, that's right. So I am from Portland, Connecticut. Yeah, not even a cool Portland. We don't have cool stuff like lobster or meth labs, nothing like that. No live comedy in Portland, Connecticut. In fact, I am the live comedy of Portland, Connecticut. And I'm with you tonight. So yay for Portland.
Hey.
Yeah. And Connecticut's, we're all getting into fall here. The leaves are starting to change and all the kids are back in school. And that really messed me up because I saw a lot of kids like go back to school in the middle of August. Whoa, you got that all messed up because I remember we didn't go back to school until after the Jerry Lewis telethon, right? You know, that was the final ending of summer, man. Rooting for Jerry's kids, right? And then we went back, and now we don't have the telethon. The kids don't know when to go back to school. See, that was a guide when summer was over, man. Miss that stuff, man. So does anybody have one of those friends that, like, if you try to better yourself, they make it about them? Like if you say, hey, I'm going to quit drinking, they're like, good, more beer for me. Or if you say, hey, I want to become a vegetarian, they'll say, good, more meat for me. You know, the kind of friend that if you told him you were gay would say, good, more women for me. Yeah, that's right, dude. Your gay friend's been holding you back too long. All the women are yours now, guy. That kind of sport like that, man. So I'm a fan of baseball. I love baseball. I like going to the baseball games. You know, sometimes I'm sitting there and there's some seats up in the front row next to the field and nobody's sitting in them. By the fifth inning, I'll go sit in those seats. I don't care. The weird part about that is I'm the umpire. Yeah. So I can call balls and strikes from way back here. I can see the strike zone way back there better. I love that, man. Yeah, I am an umpire. I have been an umpire. I did Little League in high school. I'm working my way up like you do with real baseball. I've been a Little League baseball umpire for 12 years. I'm working on being a professional baseball umpire. I want to work the big stadiums, Red Sox, Yankees. I love that stuff because I feel that Major League Baseball fans are much kinder, sweeter, and nicer than Little League mothers. Much nicer. I can take 30,000 people telling me, booing me, telling me go fuck myself. I can take that. I can't take one more baseball mother saying I traumatized her child by yelling strike three too loud. Yes, I did yell that kind of loud, but did you hear the whole other team yell when your kid struck out? Hell, they all stood up and cheered, man. Do you think that might have something to do with your traumatic child thing there? Yeah. So that one, yeah, I'm working on that. And I had to go to the doctor to get checked out for that. And the doctor told me to cut back on my square dancing. He lowered my dosage. And it's funny, you know, when you go to the doctor and they ask you if you take any recreational drugs, yeah, you get that now? Do you take any recreational drugs? I always say Viagra. And the nurse says, well, that's not a recreational drug. I said, not with that attitude. Most people I know take it recreationally. Am I right? Come on. Yeah, and they asked if I took anything for depression, and I guess they weren't surprised when I said carrot cake. Yeah, you can't treat depression with carrot cake. I mean, come on. Your blood type is CARB positive. This is bad. You've got too much cake in your stuff and it's appearing in your blood. Oh, but I love cake, man. I love going to the cake websites. It's funny when you go to the cake website, it asks you if you accept all the cookies. yeah, come on, cookies. I accept cookies. I love all of you. I'm gonna have a cookie cult. I invite you all to my cookie cult. We're just gonna eat cookies until the sun blows up. But 7.5 million years from now, we're good. But if I ever try to serve you punch, run. Jim Jones messed it up for cults. They can't serve punch no more. I didn't see my time. How am I on time there, sir?
You got a minute.
I got a minute.
Ish. You got a minute-ish. You know, I haven't even. I was just remembering what my first car was. My first car was a Chevy Citation. Now, if you don't know what a citation is, that is a ticket the police give you for driving a shitty car.
Hello.
But see, now I got a Nissan Rogue, but it's not a real Rogue because it doesn't have +2 backstab abilities. If you got that joke, you're a nerd. But thank you for being here, and that's my time.
Thank you, Dave Tonga. Oh, great picture, by the way. This is the first time I've seen it because you sat back. Nice. I like it. And it looks like you too, which is.
I think that's
that actor. I paid a lot of money.
Yes, I just made it weird, didn't I? You could go, just look in the chat. You could go. Do you take whatever? Do you take any recreational drugs? Viagra. Have that conversation. Do you take anything for depression? Viagra.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
It's a twofer.
Not with that attitude. And she responds with, "Do you own a mirror, Danny?" I'm just saying, I'm trying to help these people. That's I am a one-man eleemosynary organization. Look it up. My next performer, if I remember correctly, Michelle, you comes from California. Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Really funny. Like her a lot. We're very ethnically and geographically diverse tonight. And part of the ethnic diversity is Michelle. Michelle Miyazaki, though she's not here because of ethnic diversity.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me, your designated diversity person. Which Asian am I? I know last time you saw me, I was Japanese.
Yes. Not now.
And COVID happened, and now I went to Japan a couple months ago, and I was born in Japan. My parents are Japanese, but as soon as I sworn in to become an American, I am now I don't know, my Japanese citizenship got evaporated.
Really?
I am disowned by Japanese. So I'm in Japan, there are only 2 races, Japanese and foreigners. And I don't belong to neither. Former Japanese. I'm having a identity crisis. So I think I just gonna call myself transplant. I've been busy playing golf. I started to play golf, and because when I grow up, I want to be like Bob Hope, a rich white man.
Me too.
Actually, I want to be, my comedy hero is Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I want to be a motherfucker. I went to Oakland because, I love pens. Do you like pens? I love pens. Pens. Like, I love pens because when you jumble those letters, it's love penis.
Stop. Yes.
I have 700 pens. And I went to a pen show. That's where all the pen addicts congregate and buy more pens. And I went to, they have a nice pen. And I went to Oakland to do a set. And I parked my rental car on the street. 2 hours later, I came back. My car was broken into. And my suitcase with my new acquisition is gone.
Oh, no.
I know you're like, oh, Michelle, you should put your, suitcase where you can't see. Yes, I did put my suitcase in a trunk. And it's a trend in Oakland that they broke into rental cars.
Oh.
I was like so happy because I was never trendy. I was never in trend, but now I am in trend. Yay. And I did the secret thing. The secret, you ask for it, you get it. I was I was like looking at my suitcase and I'm like, I want to get a new suitcase, but this one, this is still nice, and I can't buy a new suitcase because this still works. Then it got taken away. Hey, my chance to buy new suitcase. I don't know. I don't know why I say I don't know. So in California, everything in plastic, I found out tonight, Mike.
Yes.
So I don't feel bad about my skin. It's just plastic sagging. Maybe with like applying heat, I could mold it back to where it belongs. And also I found out joke kills. I guess I'm not funny because my kids are still alive. I'm sorry, I tell people that I am pro-abortionist. I know I don't act like the way I don't act the way I should be, but yes, I had 2 chances to have abortions, but hey, I got kids. I don't know. Well, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
Hey, well, you know what they say: 1 mistake, shame on you; 2 mistakes, shame on me. So, yeah. Oh God, what was it? I thought of something really funny around the abortion debate, but forgot what it was.
$7 water.
Pardon me?
$7 water.
Okay, I don't know what $7 water has to do with abortion, unless you have to sterilize.
That's right.
3 mistakes, have an abortion.
It's true. Yeah. At a certain point, you just start to be indiscriminate. At any rate, that's what it was. It was, you see all of these posters, the people protesting the Roe v. Wade decision, saying "my body, my choice," and on the other side of the thing are anti-abortion activists going, "Your body, my choice." I thought that was funny, and then I told it to somebody, and they just said, Yeah, that's actually how they think, Mike. So sorry.
Too real to be
Laughing.
funny.
Laughing is a challenge at this point. At that. Here I am. Who knew? I'm an aging white Protestant male, born in the middle class, who's done fairly well in life. Who knew I would be out of touch with something? Who knew? Is what I'm saying. Who knew?
We did.
At least Ned Rice never showed up. So we got some stuff to look forward to. Oh no! What again? Did I?
Oh gosh, this is embarrassing.
Oh God!
All night.
Yeah. I've been putting my foot in my mouth all night.
Right.
Which foot in my mouth, by the way, is Chuck's nickname.
Hello.
Oh.
So I'm going to bring our next performer up, who comes to us, I think, still from Bucharest, unless he's decided to come home and visit his parents. But they don't like.
I've got this show. What do I need to visit them for? This is visiting my parents.
I think so, man. I hope you guys. Hope your parents are paying attention to this. Hope your parents are paying attention. This is what you raised. This is what you raised. You can't blame anybody. All right. Anyway, from Bucharest, wearing what appears to be a picture of Woody Allen with a Scottish mustache.
I thought Woody Allen t-shirts only come in kid sizes. Is that...
That's such a recycled Michael Jackson joke.
That's Woody Allen underwear.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Woody Allen underwear.
That's ridiculous. Why would you say that? That's just not true.
It's not true. I never. Who would do that? All right. Anyway, look at him. He's ready to go. He's just going, come on.
He's ready.
That's fine. That's fine. I get it. I get it.
Fired up.
You did your time up front. You did your self-indulgent shit about a special ops guy making pancakes for his wife. Sorry for being romantic and liking love and families and tradition.
Creep.
Let's get the guy. Let's get the guy from Romania who's wearing some kind of really disturbing t-shirt to do comedy for us for a few minutes. Yeah.
Sometime
This is
today.
my intro.
In front of James Longshore, owner
So
of.
now I'm gonna have to come up with jokes about the
No, you
shirt
don't.
on the spot.
No.
That's right.
Just on
You
the
do not
spot.
have to come up with jokes on the spot. Believe me. Chuck has proven that years ago.
There's one thing I want to get straight. There's one thing from earlier
one?
I want to get straight.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not gay.
Okay.
Oh, you see what I did there?
So this weekend is off.
Chimps could see what you did there. A chimp could be peeling a banana with his feet, and he would have gotten that joke.
Oh.
Before I start, if I ever do, and this does not count towards my time, I just want to wish everybody.
Yeah.
I want to wish everybody a happy belated 9/11.
Yeah.
Never forget. How can I? 9/11 was the day movie theaters were like, a terrorist attack. Great. Now we can search people's bags for outside food and drink. Anyways, it's good to see you, Mike. It's good to see everybody. Let's have a round of applause for our host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I am excited to be here tonight and present my oral report on how I spent my summer vacation. Hence the shirt. That is the reason for the shirt. So get out your grading pencils. It was a very hot summer, very, very hot summer. I was surprised there weren't more people just out on the street naked, walking on the street naked. I was like, why is nobody else doing this? I went on vacation to an island off the coast of Africa called Tenerife. Anybody heard of it?
Tenerife.
Yes, I know Tenerife. Yeah.
Yes, it's a small island off the coast of Africa that was colonized by the Spanish, and now it's a big European vacation destination. You got Italians, Brits, Belgians, Germans, so a lot of diversity of white Europeans. It's annoying because, like, to get past the crowds, you got to know how to say excuse me in 4 languages and a British accent. You hear a lot of accents. My favorite is the Cockney accent, because the Cockney accent sounds like an unfortunate deformity. Like, please excuse my Cockney. I'm getting it removed. It's a very expensive operation, I've got to say. It's very stuck in the past, this island. I saw an Irish pub advertising internet access. Internet access. You don't got to go home, but you can't dial up here. I stayed in a place called Los Cristianos. There's a lot of, which means the Christians, and there's all this, the phrase "Jesus loves you" spray painted on all the walls, and it makes me wonder, where does the Bible fall on graffiti? Tenerife has something in common with Colorado. Cannabis is legal. They have cannabis clubs, and they had help wanted signs. I was really surprised that these jobs are not more in demand, because it's like law school, meh, med school, meh, job selling cannabis on the beach in paradise, sign me up. All the studying is. So you can't smoke on the beach, because Spain wants to get rid of smoking altogether. They want to eradicate smoking by 2030. And I know that the place is under Spain rule. We got to follow their laws, but banning smoking on a tiny island far away, that's just colonization run amok. So we've actually reduced smoking rates a lot in the past 20 years. And now the world's leading cause of preventable death is McDonald's.
I bet that's true.
They also want to ban my favorite part of European vacations, which is topless sunbathing. They want to follow the US example and regulate a woman's right to choose not to wear a top, which is a right I support arguably more than abortion, arguably. So now you got a bunch of cops. Now you got a bunch of cops on the beach looking for boobs and butts. I also went to a place called Laurel Park. It's like a SeaWorld of Tenerife. I saw shows with orcas and dolphins and sea lions. And sea lions, let me tell you, great comedic timing. Yes. They had an announcement before the show. If you have any small children or mobile devices you don't want getting splashed, please move to the back. So it's official. Our mobile devices are now as important as our children. They also had a sign that said, give peace a chance, which I thought was weird because, didn't we give peace a chance? Didn't really work out. We told peace to have a nice life. There's some other things to do there, whale watching, but it's not for everybody. There was this Welsh guy who was like, why would I want to see whales? I live in Wales. There was one thing that disappointed me. Oh, I learned that Belgians like to talk about Belgium because nobody else does. One thing disappointed me. I went to a restaurant called Panda Buffet. No panda at the buffet. On the menu.
Bummer.
One other summer tradition is movies. I saw some movies too, Mike. I'm an actor, so I saw this movie with Nicolas Cage where he plays an Oscar-winning actor who is having trouble getting along with his daughter. And I'm like, I don't get along with my family and I haven't won an Oscar. But I did get to act opposite Oscar nominee Vanessa Kirby recently. She told me I was brilliant, and I got to tell you, it's an honor just to be complimented.
Good one.
Anybody see the new Jordan Peele movie? Anybody?
Nope.
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 Nope. Nobody did.
Uh,
Nobody saw Nope. I didn't see it because I'm a little mad at Jordan. Glad that went over so
Oh,
well.
I didn't hear it. Didn't hear it.
So too bad. Keep up.
Okay, great.
No, I'm not a big fan of Jordan Peele because although Get Out was a great movie, he changed the ending. It was supposed to end with the cops showing up after the black hero kills the evil white girl, and he changed it to the guy's friend like coming and rescuing him, which I think is just the biggest cinematic cop-out in history.
Hello.
Oh, cop out. Yes.
Cop out is what he's saying.
Oh, now you got
Hello.
it. Now
Instead
you
of
get
cops in, cops out.
No, we
it. Mike, finally. You got
No, I
it.
hear it all. I hear it all. It's when I can possibly draw a roadmap to the punchline. That's when I laugh.
It's
It's like a lot of
GPS.
work.
Just
It's
letting you
a lot
know.
of work.
I use Google Maps.
Rock out with the cops out.
Or connect the dots.
All right, I'm almost done, guys. Can we like, you know,
You can say that again.
finish? Finally, I saw one other movie. It was a period piece about the invention of tampons.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. That's the best joke you've done all night, period.
Which period? Yeah, which period?
I am going to end with an autumn-themed joke to kind of bring us into the fall now. And because the common cold and the common COVID is going to be coming back. What STD gives you a cold?
I don't know. Which STD gives you a cold?
Sniffles. Watch out. Sniffles.
What?
Well,
It's a Sesame Street joke.
which reminds me of a movie. Did you see A Bridge Too Far?
No, are we?
Just curious. Just asking. Yeah.
Well, you guys have been an A+ audience. A+. Thank you very much.
Very, very much. And you've been a C++ comic in the
Oh.
Don't start arguing
Wow.
back. I hear the whole joke, buddy. In the sense of the computer programming language.
Oh my God.
MC and heckler all in one. That's great.
No, I wasn't a heckle. It was a play on words. Let somebody who knows
It was a love tap.
a little something about computers and programming to let me know.
I know.
You know what? I think I pissed off that woman.
Oh no, she left.
Yeah, remember the one that came in and I did.
Yeah, Maggie something. Maggie.
Yeah, I
Short,
hope.
Maggie.
Well, if
Maggie
anybody,
Thatcher.
Maggie.
if anybody knows her, please let her know that it was a bit that I do. With
You know I think the problem, Mike, is people think the show is like 100-meter dash, and it's actually 100-meter hurdles, is what it is.
Do we have to talk sports?
No.
I didn't even know that was about sports.
You win again.
Anyway, Maggie should, if Maggie's an acquaintance of anybody, let her know that it was the last thing, but from personal. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Mike.
We don't just bring people on to do stand-up here. We do other stuff too.
Oh,
What?
yes,
Do this
we
every
certainly
month,
do.
as you can see. There is an open mic every month, and I love a lot of the people who are here. I mean, I love all the people that are here, but a lot of the people who are here are regular returnees, frequent returnees, and
Right, and you and 3 other people can watch the show live on YouTube.
you know, and indefinite people can.
Yeah,
There's a relatively small number of people who are at the moment.
right. On average, 1 billion people use YouTube a day. One chooses to watch our show, and we're so grateful. And
That's pretty heady company when you think about it. The top of the pyramid.
Right. It's one more than I expect every time. Mike, you do some great charity work. Why don't you tell the kids all about it?
Well, there's this show.
Mhm.
And in addition to that,
I sent you a check. That hurts.
okay, send me a Romanian next time.
Mhm.
I would like to I'd like to talk for just a minute and time it on Magic Moments. Every year, Jukebox Musical, 170 to 200 people in the cast, 30 to 40% of them have special needs. I co-write the Jukebox Musical that they perform every year, and then my daughter so far has performed it. And if you are in or near Denver, you should come to it. It's on spring break weekend every year. And if you're not, you should go to magicmomentsinc.org and send them a donation, you cheap bastards. All right. And they will accept Canadian money. So thank you very much, Chuck. And I'm not the only one who does charity work. You do actually, a massive amount for the charity that you support. So
We send a lot of checks to Elevating Connections, and it feels good, Mike. We donate 10% of all of our box office receipts, as well as our private events, to Elevating Connections and their programs for youth who are separated from their siblings by the foster care system. And if you'd like to donate, head to elevatingconnections.org and feel free to donate. Mike, we're also on online and such. You can find us at Anchor FM. Follow our link tree to connect to all of our socials. And if you're watching on the YouTube, that one person, perhaps you'd like to click on the subscribe button. You get an instant notification when we go live. You'll be notified instantly that we're live, and then I promise you the jokes will start happening 30 minutes later.
Ouch.
Wow. Speaking of gratitude, I have plenty of gratitude, and especially for our VIPs. We have several VIPs in the audience today, including Denny and the Longshores. So our crack team of virtual prize specialists have put together outstanding prizes for our VIP customers. Those of you watching on the YouTube, you get prizes as well. They're coming up, but you're not allowed to enjoy these prizes right now. These are just for our VIPs. And we got you this, your very own Vegematic. It dices all the mices in your house. Feel free to use the Veg-O-Matic. It cuts, it guts, it ruts, and it does other things that rhyme with uts.
Boy, they've really changed since I was a kid.
Have they? To me, they look exactly the same. Oh, I get it. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Right. So enjoy your Vegematic, Longshores and Denny. And we also got you, Mike, what's this? We got you, we got a really sweet.
Everyone who's in our VIP section this week gets twin Chevy Vegas.
Look at that, a Chevy Vega, everybody. Just for you, it's your own virtual Chevy Vega, which is better than a real Chevy Vega because this one just works virtually every time you pop it out.
It's like a Ford Pinto without the fire, though.
Right.
Not as good as a Chevy Citation.
Right.
Yeah, the Citation is a great car too, but we thought we would give everybody these Chevy Vegas in remembrance of all the game shows they were giving away on during the 70s and 80s.
Yes. So today's VIP prizes may hopefully remind you of those great game show eras, and you get a lifetime supply of turtle wax. That's pretty exciting.
If you got a hairy turtle, you need the
you can wax on or wax off as much as you like with a lifetime supply of new turtle wax.
Especially if you're terminally ill, it's like one can.
Right. As oftentimes people get to win a cruise to Puerto Vallarta. Here, we've just hooked you up with a virtual visit to Puerto Vallarta's Gay Beach, where you can cruise in style and a whole different type of cruising. Enjoy your trip to Puerto Vallarta. And then this one was pretty fun. This is Mike's first headshot. Or it's Moses parting the Red Sea. So if you're having trouble hooking up with the right fella in Puerto Vallarta, you can just part the sea of all the girls and meet your favorite queen right there in Puerto Vallarta. And this mother of pearl comb is also your. It also slices and dices.
Dull.
What can you do? And speaking of very gay beaches in Puerto Vallarta, you can choose any one of these fine fellows to accommodate you or accompany you on your new cruise. Feel free to do laundry right there in your room with their sweet washboard.
By the way, they
app.
do a great 3-part harmony rendition of "What Can You Do with a Drunken Sailor."
That's right.
Right. There's more that they can do with a drunken sailor, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, who's that? Who's that, Chuck?
Every month you win yourself a free Carol Channing. She's just right there and virtually yours. She's just wonderful. She took Captain Merle Stooping on a trip to Puerto Vallarta, and my God.
Okay, Chuck, I gotta ask you, man. I gotta call you on this.
What's that?
Where was that beach shot from? It's not Puerto Vallarta. Come on.
That was Puerto Vallarta.
Chip knows the gay beaches at Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta's got mountains behind it. I opened the Hard Rock in Puerto Vallarta. You know, I went to Johnny Wellsmiller's mansion in Puerto Vallarta.
So you're questioning the accuracy of our virtual prize. Way to take the comedy show seriously, Chip.
It's bait and switch, man. It's bait and switch.
Well, and another surprise, that's not really Carol Channing. That's Chuck with a wig.
Thank you. Bait and switch is my nickname on Grindr. Okay.
I thought it was date and switch. It's not
folks,
date.
we don't date on Grindr. That's just what happens if you meet twice. You also, for dinner tonight, get this real tasty vegetable Parmesan. I'm not actually quite sure what this recipe is. I steal these photos from Ned Rice's Facebook page. So, Ned, if this looks familiar at all, that's because you.
I was worried. I was worried for a minute there that you were going to serve people all these carbs with no salad.
Right. I got to get a delicious virtual salad thanks to Chef Scapone from the Colorado Comedy Show's Virtual Event Center and his favorite sous chef, Ned Rice, who's coming up and performing very soon.
He works his knees to the bone in that galley every day.
And crushes it as far as
so he's the head chef, you're saying.
Actually, head chef is my nickname. Okay. I think you knew that joke was coming. We should do
general admission, people. Far be it from us to forget the general.
No, we shouldn't forget them. We also got great prizes for the general admission gang. You get your own Fruitomatic.
What fictitious beach are you putting them on?
Oh, Jesus, Chip.
Is this prize a severed finger?
Right. Chip gets 1 gig in Mexico. This is
not an episode of Special Victims Unit, Jones.
Right. Chip got 1 gig in Mexico. Now he's an expert. All right. So this is your Fruitomatic. It slices, it dices, just does it in a more traditional way than the fancy Vegematic.
If you're not careful, that's a blood orange.
And you also get
Chuck, I'll have you know I've been in 15 Mexican prisons, so I'm pretty well known.
I think that's all of them.
I also believe that's Chuck's nickname on Grindr.
Thank you. I was waiting for it. Gang, when you're escaping from a Mexican prison, feel free to use your virtual Ferrari Berlinata right here.
Actual size.
It's a Matchbox car.
Are you sure that's not an Aston Martin? Oh, sorry.
Right.
No, there's no mountains behind it. How can it be an Aston Martin?
You also get this turtle wax candle. So it'll last a lifetime as long as you don't burn it.
You sure that's the turtle, not a tortoise? I mean, come on.
And we've given you a piece of the Berlin Wall. Feel free to just put this between you and any of your crazy neighbors. For example, if you have a neighbor that takes open mic comedy show humor way too seriously, you can simply
someone
use
you
this
just
wall.
don't want to waste your time averting your eyes, but you really don't want to see them.
What's German for build the wall? What is it? I don't even know.
Chip Jones.
Now our VIPs got a mother of pearl comb, and you actually just get Pearl. This is Pearl.
Yeah.
She works in HR at Colorado comedy shows, and you certainly get to hang out with Pearl. And,
Well, all of her best friends are named Carrot.
Do you have a smaller version, like a mini Pearl?
and you also get this make your
I
own
did.
Parmesan.
How dare you?
Feel
And,
free.
some of those that you see there are ingredients for a salad.
You get to make your own delicious pasta dinner. You feel free to use these ingredients, make whatever you'd like, and you also get a delicious salad from Chef Scapone.
Yeah, you can make anything you like as long as it's a bow tie dish with vegetables.
Yes. And let's not forget to thank those who don't get thanked enough. The heterosexuals.
Damn straight.
You can choose.
Well, you got off the heterosexuals fast.
Yeah, really.
Right.
They
I heard
think they're like
happens a
that.
lot. And so enjoy your fabulous prizes as well as a delicious salad. Wouldn't want to leave the heterosexuals.
You
without
want to,
tasting.
whenever you're out with your straight friends, you're going to want to have a salad.
Chicks
so
with a
thanks.
salad.
There we go.
to all-
Hey, give it up for Chuck getting through that 100-meter hurdle. He did a great
Wow.
He did very, very well. And I noticed that James Longshore's father has finally had it with the kid. But he left the mother there. Why? Because a mother's love is eternal. Everyone knows that.
Dude.
Whereas
Not in this case.
my mother's love was internal.
Right.
Narcissus once said, "Why don't you look up from the pond once in a while, you cunt?"
And you're still
Oh!
introducing him.
Ouch.
Mike, I do have 2 jokes I want to try. And first, I should ask, where are all my teachers at?
They're not-
Right here.
Sorry.
Right? Good.
I was a
I-
substitute.
They
I'm
can't
definitely
answer
wa-
the question because you ended it with the preposition. They would have to be.
Right. Well, I'm glad to have all my faculties with me.
Hey.
Hey now.
Now, don't get jealous, but at my school, they gave us a 14% raise. So this year, I promised to try 14% harder. And
Can you
you might
convert that
ask,
to a
where'd you get the fancy shirt, Chuck? Well, I Googled how to dress like a professor. And they sent me a link to Target. It was a job application. People are upset. My racist Uncle Bernie, very upset. He posted a meme after the loan forgiveness program. He was very mad. He wanted us all to remember that Jesus saves. Why can't you? And I reminded him Jesus forgives. So
that's one other thing. Does he ever mention Jesus never had a job?
No. Is there anybody doing some typing? That's
No,
not.
somebody's just.
Definitely
that
not me.
Oh,
that was my son crinkling paper to annoy you.
Thank you.
I sat behind him in the movies yesterday.
Speaking of things I do to annoy you, Mike, I'm dating a guy named Lee.
No, Bob, wait, Bob Kirk.
Right.
Oh, what's the? We just wasted too much of your time, Bob.
No. I got an early morning tomorrow.
How? I mean, is it so early that we can't like switch you with Alan and then you can do your thing?
Whatever.
Because I got nothing to do.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Mike. It's okay.
No, I've known Alan a long time. and He really doesn't have
I gotta walk the dog.
No, go ahead, Bob. You know what? You can both desert me. I don't give a shit.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Now you can let Bob go if you
If I
want.
bust my ass to entertain you,
No,
you
no.
decide to leave. Fine.
I'm gonna go. I enjoyed it though. Thanks.
Oh,
man.
well,
Catch
thanks,
you next
Bob.
time round. Thank
No,
you.
please do, and I'll put you on very early next time. And I'm sorry if you. And by the way, just for everybody, and tell Maggie if she comes back, if you have a time consideration, you should just let me know up front, and I can take care of that usually.
And don't worry, Bob, you're still getting paid. It's not a
great.
problem.
In Canadian or US? In Canadian.
In fairness, your pay hasn't dropped at all. because of.
Oh, well, okay.
Good night, everybody. Thanks.
Good night, Bob. And
In rubles.
thank you.
Love the new stuff.
Sorry, I
He's
couldn't.
paying in rubles.
Love the new stuff.
Thank you. Chuck, you gotta tell me to shut up. Oh, you did. Jeez. All right. Well, you know what? Okay, Alan, since you were such a prima donna about the whole thing.
Oh,
Apparently
That was my
Alan
intro.
has
Great.
things to do. So let's put him on. And let Bob go back to living in America light.
Yeah, some of us are on dialysis, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, let me sit down because you're about to give me my intro. So hold on.
Why bother to sit down? Lie down. That's how long it's going to be. Alan, I've known him since the 80s. He's funny. You guys will love him. Please give a warm round of applause. You know what? I've said that too many times tonight. Clap a lot for Alan Enlow.
Yay!
Thank you for giving me the clap. Thank you. I wrote that. All right. Anyway,
wrote that.
I'm going to make an attempt.
Tablet.
I'm going to make an attempt to be socially relevant tonight. So I don't know why I'm on this show. Anyway, hello. No, but I'm here in Brooklyn. I'm here in Brooklyn, and it can be as dangerous as all the other neighborhoods in this country. And I'm not the only fan that the only Gunn that I'm a fan of is actually Tim Gunn, the fashion expert, and even he scares me. I'm afraid if I went to a party, he'd shove me up against the wall. It's like, all right, I want you to take off all your clothes. I don't want to have sex with you, but that outfit is atrocious. Socks and sandals, OMG. See, I told you I was going to be socially relevant, but just not funny. But folks, I'm really worried about our planet. Aren't you? I'm very worried. But I don't know why we say that, because truthfully, the planet is going to be fine. We're the ones that are going to be gone in 200 years, right? The only thing, well, we might be in a museum. Our skeletal remains will be in a museum. Of course, we'll still be holding a goddamn phone in our hands, right? And the robots will be making fun of us. Look at those idiots. If they just looked up from their devices for 2 seconds, they would have seen that asteroid. Thank you. All right, fuck being socially relevant. I'm gonna go back to dick jokes. But have you noticed that whenever we talk about we always talk about Mother Earth like she's a real person. We anthropomorphize. Look it up. But if Mother Earth were actually a real person, she'd be fucked up right now. She'd be hanging out on the street as a junkie. It's like, hey man, come on, give me a smoke, man. I'll suck your exhaust pipe for $1, man. But now, of course, if Mother Earth had been back in the 1800s, she would have been, there was no pollution back then, so she would have been a nice old grandmother. It's like, oh yeah, I'm Mother Earth and I commune with nature. Yeah, yesterday I rode a stallion for a half an hour. Yeah, then he woke up. He was really pissed. Oh yeah. But of course, in the future, Mother Earth, if she's a real person, will be amphibious because we're all going to be underwater. She'll have to grow gills. It's like, come on, everybody. Yeah, jump in the water. It's fine. I just started an underwater oyster bar. Yeah, drinks are on the house. Thank you. Anyway, let's go back to doing the normal shit. Hey, how you doing? I'm a married guy. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm married to a Jewish woman. And I was raised Southern Baptist, and I realized that Jews and Southern Baptists really have a lot in common, because when Baptists heal you, they yell out, you can walk. And of course, the Jews yell back too. They're like, yeah, I can walk, but now I can't hear.
Because they're Jews.
It's throw in your own punchline night. Anyway. But no, I have learned one thing about being married for 33 years. Is I never fight with my wife, because she always says the same thing. Do you want to have sex tonight? Well, I've got the vagina. So I can never win the argument.
Is what he's saying.
Yes, that's right. I totally fucked that one up. All right.
If only there were some other options.
Anyway, but you know, the vagina really is a very mysterious creature. And at this point, I think it really should have its own nature show. You know, so hello, I'm David Attenborough, and today we are going in search of the vagina. Oh, look, there's one behind the big bush. Get down. Oh, yes. Now, the first thing you must do when you approach a vagina is give it all your money. Otherwise, it closes up and you never see it again unless it's with a lawyer. That would be the punchline. But once again, throw in your own because mine don't seem to be fucking working this evening. Of course, now I know a lot of you are thinking, well, what about the penis? The penis should have its own nature show too. All right, whatever. All right, hi, I'm Joe Pesci, and we're going in search of a penis. I don't know why, because they're constantly exposing themselves, so they're not mysterious. In fact, yeah, hello, here comes a charging penis right now. Hold on a second. How many times have I told you, never run from a charging penis? Because they will hunt you down and try to fuck you. If you climb a tree, they will spit at you prematurely. Puff, puff. So. The only way to stop a charging penis is to lure it near a public swimming pool where it will shrink. And that'll be the end of that. Now, next week, I'm actually going to have a trans nature show, a trans nature genital show, but currently it's under construction. All right, I guess I'll end with something funny.
Oh, wait. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I thought my microphone was off. The wait was to myself.
Oh, all right. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to end with an impression of one of my favorite comics who passed away several months ago, Mr. Gilbert Gottfried. So this is Gilbert Gottfried. So this is a solemn joke. This is Gilbert Gottfried telling a dirty joke. These two vaginas walked into a bar. The first vagina said to the second vagina, "This place smells like fish." And the second one says, "That's because you're a cunt." Wait a minute. You can't call me a cunt. You can only say that in England. Sorry, I meant to call you a douchebag. Bartender, 2 Summer's Eves on the rocks and hold the pubic hair between your teeth. That's it for me, because I'm fucking dead.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
Thank you.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry tonight.
Well, you did the
do that
first half
every
of my
week.
act, so what's
But I know, well, yeah, but I knew Gilbert. That would have brought tears to anyone's eyes. But if you really knew the guy, it's like being in the same room with his corpse.
Whoa.
Alan, I love Alan Enlow, period. End of statement.
And rock and roll.
And I love Alan Enlow and rock and roll.
So put another Bitcoin.
Let's just
put
keep it
another
moving.
Bitcoin in the jukebox.
I'm sorry, what?
So I said you have to update the lyrics. If you sing "I Love Rock and Roll," you have to say, "So put another Bitcoin transferred into the jukebox."
Wow! I stopped the whole show for that.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was trying to get that in somehow tonight. I was trying to get it in somehow.
Oh no, James has to get out. What are you talking about? It's like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning over in
Just call in sick.
He has to pretend like he has to go to work.
Yeah. Call in European.
Just Ukraine
Yeah.
called. They need me. I
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'm
Bye,
glad
guys.
you're
Good night.
Thank you,
here.
James.
Thanks for coming. I hope
He has,
you're,
he has to
hope
pretend
you're
like he has an
prepared
acting
for a
job.
while
Oh, wait,
anyway.
he's gone. He didn't hear that shit.
Anyway, our next performer is Lorna Batters, who
Yay.
I was brought up earlier, except I was dealing with the James Longshore debacle.
It's an international incident.
He's not. No, he's just a guy. You know, he just. Well, I don't have. To
I would have
touch
said
on-
situation, but that
I
debacle
guess so.
too.
That's because you're a diplomat.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a guy I get fortune cookies that says you'll be buried in a mass grave. I'm not a happy guy. Just saying. That's what I'm just saying. And I've gotten half of her name out and she's still not introduced. Please welcome. Please welcome Lorna Batteris.
Yay! My favorite.
I'm back. Didn't have anything prepared for tonight, so I'm just going to blather.
Okay.
Which is Scottish for, just chat, just tell you what I've been up to. And I'm sure you'll interrupt anyway, so it's cool.
Wow.
So I am in my wee pub, and I finished it on Saturday. My mum decided she wants to come over to help.
Is that your mother in the background there, or? No, I just thought maybe the pub was a tribute to Madame Tussauds. I just couldn't tell because.
No, well, no, Mum flew in and it was last minute because my dad had COVID. So I was like, well, they say you have to wait a month before you can fly. But apparently, she found out that you don't. So Mum came over and she just arrived on Thursday, and then I came to greet her, and then this person came. This is Irene, my sister. Hi.
Hi.
My niece is somewhere about as well, which was great to see her.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks. But yeah, it's been a long, hard slog to finish my pub, and it's been blood, sweat, tears, a lot of swearing, a lot of swearing. I've had to go next door to apologize to my Indian neighbors because I was painting stuff outside and cutting wood at 4 o'clock in the morning because I don't sleep much. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been something I've always wanted to do. And I've just been listening to you guys. And there was somebody before was making, not in this show, earlier, and obviously pretty much every show this week's been making jokes about the Queen dying. And even though I'm Scottish, it's still, it kind of hurts. It's just too soon. When I said it was too soon in one show, this girl just went nuts for me. And I considered following her on social media just out of
spite,
interest to see what the hell else she would say to me. And worst part was I forgot I don't wear glasses anymore since I've got laser surgery. So when I was going like this, it wasn't very subtle. But I do like Prince Charles. I don't like his well, you can't say anything about ears. Neither can I, which is why I've got my hair down all the time. What I was expecting his speech to be a little bit different when he was, and he was emotional. But when he was doing his speech, I was expecting him to say something like, well, my wonderful mother, my wife and I would just like to apologize for killing Diana.
Wow.
It was unfortunate, but it had to be done. And it was a sad day. I nearly lost my job that day, well, the day after actually, because I was working in this pub in Chester, which is a really nice place in England, mostly because mostly because it's the only walled city left in the UK, and it's legal to kill an Englishman within the walls only if you use a long bow and arrow. So I was very excited about moving there. And wow, I mean, I look like my storage unit looks like I'm Robin Hood, but never got the chance. Never got the chance. But yeah, they wanted me to make this poster to hang outside saying, "Hey, everybody, come to our place. Watch Princess Diana's funeral." And I was like, no, we're not going to make money in this, so I don't think this is a good idea. So I nearly lost my job, but eventually they realized that yes, I was correct. Nobody said it, but they just didn't do it in the end. But this whole pub has been like it's basically because I've been sick. I decided to do it for my mental health more than anything else, just to, keep busy, keep my mind busy. So I'll show you a few things. Well, not everything.
Indeed.
That comes later. I did get
Chuck, you can keep up on some paperwork while that's
grandfather's clock. Well, just a shell of one. So I put shelves in to make it a bookcase, and that's my granddad. So obviously I had to do that.
Wow.
And it's still a library, and it's called the Angel Share. Which, does anybody know what the Angel Share is?
Nope.
Yeah, it's when they distill the stuff that evaporates out of the keg is the.
There you go.
Well
Well done, Chip. Yeah. So yeah, when they distill the whiskey, they lose 2% a year due to evaporation. So that's called the Angel Share. So that goes up to the angels and your ancestors and everything. But it was a library, so I promised I wouldn't get rid of all the books. So it is kind of dark behind you.
Yeah.
But it has been quite fun, like meeting all these people, like from Facebook Marketplace. I've got have I disappeared?
You've still got it in the other end.
I've got it.
You pointed out the window or something.
Sorry. Well, that's my fireplace.
There you go.
That's good.
But yeah, I got I was trying to think of anything Scottish or Irish that I could put in here. So I found a telephone, which you can't see over there, but it's basically golf clubs in a bag. And that's my telephone. But it has like a wee pouch on it. And the old lady that I got it from, who could barely make it to the door, was like, and this wee pouch opens up. That you can put your stash in that. And
She meant Metamucil.
Was it your stash or your wee stash?
Wee stash.
I don't think she said wee stash.
Yeah.
That
She was talking about opium, the bitch. That's all she.
Well, I mean, for a second, I was worried whether she meant drugs or actually meant that I hadn't like waxed enough.
A mustache.
Oh, God. Well.
And I think that's why my husband's well. There's a couple of reasons he's upset. One, I can grow a better moustache than him. I think he thought when we did up the kitchen, spent all that money, that I wouldn't want to go to any other rooms in the house. But just, but I've got a lot of things that have been from back home and things that I've picked up. It's a non-smoking pub at the moment. No,
that's bullshit.
Because I smoke. Sorry, it's a bad habit, but there's a lot of other worse things I could be doing. Although one of the things that I had done recently, because I've been stuck in the house for a long time, so it was time for me to like live a little. So I actually went home to the UK in May and did something. And then I was there. It was the second day I was at my mum's house, and I was there for 10 days. And I was sitting in the garden the other day, and she went, "What's that in the back of your neck?" And I was like, and I went, "Oh, must be birch poo." No, I got a tattoo. I got a Celtic cross tattoo in the back of my neck.
Oh, nice.
I'm really pleased with it. And funnily enough, I looked up my mum's family's crest, and it's got, because I was going to get it filled. It's just plain right now. I was going to get it filled in, and I thought, oh, I kind of like it plain. But then when I looked up the Devlin family crest, which is my mum's maiden name, they've got a plain Celtic cross right in the middle of it. So I was like, I didn't know that before. So I was quite pleased with that. But I have got lots of unicorns, because did you know the unicorn is, sorry, this is one of my heating pads actually for my legs. So you take the tummy thing out, you put, that's not the tummy. Maybe that's why my husband's not been near me in so long. Well, how's your tummy?
You certainly know how to handle one.
It looks like a wee pouch.
I'm going to have to call time on your.
Sorry.
Because I love your blathering and I love your voice. And, and I wasted a bunch of time at the beginning, but it's my fucking show, so.
I did have my sister timing, and she's not said anything to me at all.
I said at 4 and then 5.
You did it. You know what? Why don't you carry on your fight in the background while I bring the next act up? That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And Sarah, who lives her entire life in 5-minute increments, should really not have a problem with her timing. But Sarah Green is going to be up next, so please give her a big round of applause. Let's try to power through the rest of it.
Chip.
Yay! Yeah.
That's okay. He can skip me. You know, he usually puts the black person at the end.
No.
That's the law, Chip. That's the law.
I usually put the black personamidships, to be honest.
Yeah, the Jew is at the end.
We call that middling.
That's right.
Take your time. There's no rush.
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks, Sarah. There's no rush.
I know you guys are killing me.
It's okay, Sarah.
But no, I've been doing some thinking lately, which is very dangerous. Bill over there can tell you. Lorna can tell you.
I would, because I know I'm over time.
Why don't we just take your word for it and move on?
Is dangerous.
Sure.
But I was thinking of getting a medical bracelet recently. Because I do happen to have autism spectrum disorder, and I do have depression and anxiety. But if I had an episode, I don't want anybody to think I'm just like some random crazy person.
Sure.
Want them to know I'm like an okay crazy person. Oh man.
Good to know.
Yep. No, I'm a bundle of nerves. It's ridiculous. I nervous laugh via text. Involuntarily. And honestly, it's also really good to hear because I was ghosted recently.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my doctor.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they should reserve the word ghosting just for that, because that really does kill your spirit. But it's ridiculous. Do you have any idea what it's like to be gaslit by your doctor? Like, no, you didn't come in 3 times last year. What? There's no connection. I need more from you. I'm sorry. I'll give you a call. I'm sorry.
Please.
it's crazy. Anyway, do we have any fellow vapors in the house? Do you like me less now? Do you like me? Do you like me?
No. Heavens no.
It's very efficient and it's very handy for medical, but I have to say, people like to pick on it because of it's trendy, and I have to say sometimes we do take it a little too far. They just released a new vaporizer. It's called Moves. Does anybody know what its special feature is?
No.
It is a Bluetooth speaker.
And a vape?
And a vaporizer. It's
Okay.
like, I don't know about you, but unless it's a sativa, there isn't going to be a whole lot of moving going on. I was also playing some word games recently. Is that my time, Mike?
Oh, no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's.
Okay, I'll leave you with one more.
I wasn't timing. But it was another one of those incidents where I thought my mic was off.
Oh, all right. Okay,
Yes.
good. It's been a tech fun day. I lost half my set earlier. It was the whole thing. It was
Oh God.
But no, I like to do puzzles. I like crosswords and word games. Anybody else?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Sudoku.
There you go, Chip. I was doing so well, and I was so proud of myself. I had one word left, and it was self. I couldn't even find myself in the fucking word. I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for
Yay!
Insane.
Good job. Good job. And we got Chip coming up. So Chip,
Me?
have at it, buddy.
Oh, me? It's me? Okay. Is that my time, Mike? Is that my
Yes. That's your time. And if you could just get in the back of the Zoom room, I'd really appreciate it.
Sarah's got me thinking, there should be a disorder stone. Like you should have a disorder. Like if I wanted to buy you a nice medical alert bracelet, it should be able to have a stone put in it. Like, I don't know, zirconium or something. I think that would be a beautiful thing.
But you do get special parking.
Yeah, that's it. Lorna's right, about the Queen's death. So, people now will remember where they were on September 8th. For me, I was at a 7-Eleven and a guy behind the counter goes, "Hey, the Queen just died." And I'm like, "Oh God, Latifah's dead? What?" No, that's not what it was. But what's going on in my life right now? My wife tells me that when I'm clean shaven, I look 10 years younger. And it's true, except now my balls are freezing. And so that's a little, but I've decided tomorrow I'm shaving the mustache off. I just got to figure out how to hold my wife down while I do it. She's wily, she's
crafty.
What else? I'm trying to be healthy now. So today I had 4 Bloody Marys, or as I like to call them, vodka tomato gazpacho. That's what I'm working on. So I don't know, Mike. I don't know. It's weird getting old. You get old, and you're with your significant other, and I strip down, and I could tell she's looking at me the same way I look when I drop a piece of food on the floor. I'm trying to figure out, is it still within the 5-second rule, or do I just let the dog eat it? Well, the other night she gave me that look that just said, "I'm gonna let the dog eat it." I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh shit, we're out of peanut butter." So it's like, that's. But I'll be honest with you. It's not always like that. I mean, my wife is good to me. When I told you that I got COVID for the second time, and she was, she was all over it. She was, taking care of me, and bringing me chicken noodle soup because she's half Jewish, and I finally had to tell her, no more chicken noodle soup. And she's like, "Oh, you're feeling better?" I said, not really, but I just peed a diced carrot. So I think I've had enough chicken noodle soup. Then my fever broke and she gave me a really nice back rub. And, as she's finishing up, I flipped over and she's like, why are you turning over? I was like, for the happy ending, She got up and she walked into the bathroom. And I thought, oh, this is a good sign. So I stripped down naked and I'm laying on the bed when she comes out and she tosses me a box of tissue. She walks out of the room.
Happy ending for both of you.
Yeah, I still got the happy ending. I just had to do it by hand. Exactly, had to do it by hand. So, but that's life in the.
I think that's called a selfie now.
Is that what it is? That's it. Yeah. Clean up on aisle 1. Terrible. Yeah. But, I don't know, Mike. I tell people I'm like in a traditional marriage. One of those long-term. It's only going to end in one of us being dead and the other one being a person of interest. That's the only way. We're not only committed, one of us is definitely going to be committed. I mean, that's just. I tell people, 30 years. I've been in it 30 years. Clap it up for my wife.
Woo!
That's right. She's the one that really made it work. She does all the work. Only once did I catch her, doing something that was inappropriate. Because I'll be honest, I do a lot of searching on porn, and the hot stuff on porn now is this amateur stuff. People making their own videos, and I came across this video with my neighbor in it, which I was shocked. And then I was shocked because he was with my wife. So that was horrible. I mean, I still came, but it was bittersweet. I'll tell you.
Reminded you of earlier days, huh?
That's right. But I tell you, Mike, I was ready for her. I was at the door waiting for her with the laptop set up. I had that video queued up, and she came through the door, and I'm like, "What is this? Look at this video. This video is over 90 minutes long. You're telling me that you were over there that long and you couldn't get back my cordless drill? Bitch, you were selfish." Tools. Yeah, I guess that's about my time, Mike. So
yes.
I don't want to overstate my welcome. So
I think you should stop before you end up going 90 minutes.
Okay, there we go.
Which
I can't.
could,
which will never happen.
Good, she wouldn't be over at the neighbor's house.
Yeah. I'm good if I can go 90 seconds. That's why I never pay for porn, because the trailer's enough for me. That's all right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I've never seen Danny Rydell with this haircut, so I just want to find out, when did you just start doing albino Cleopatra porn?
Is the blonde bombshell. Blonde.
Some jokes for us, and then we're gonna wrap it up with Ned Rice. We're gonna wrap it up with Ned Rice after Danny Rydell. Go.
Oh boy.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi.
So I think I've discovered the secret to eternal youth. Have your hair start going white when you're in your 20s. Bleach it and then cover your forehead wrinkles with bangs. Bleach and trauma, my friends. Bleach and trauma. Yep. So I live in a neighborhood in New York City called Hell's Kitchen. Does anyone know anything about Hell's Kitchen?
I lived there for years.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. See, when I travel, people don't know that Hell's Kitchen is a real place. They think it just exists in the Marvel universe. I have to tell them it is real and it's spectacular. But you know, the way Hell's Kitchen is now, it's obviously not how it used to be. Daredevil is retired. Well-earned retirement. Although I did kind of wonder if I might get superpowers when I moved here, and I wanted Jessica Jones's superpower, the ability to pound bourbon all day and remain a size 0. That was for the 1 or 2 people who would get it. Thank you for chuckling. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, it's different here now. For just to give you an example, the other day I was walking around with my husband, and someone told him to smile more. I had a moment that made me wonder if I'm becoming a bad person. I was walking down 9th Avenue and a tourist was holding hands with her boyfriend, which how fucking dare people walk around Midtown Manhattan holding hands, walking side by side on the fucking sidewalk when I'm trying to fucking get places. My husband and I have the decency to walk for a single file. I mean, fuck. Oh. And don't get me started on the motherfuckers with the double wide strollers. Oh my God. Okay, I'm done. See, I have some anger issues, which is why I used to drink a lot. And now all I have is AA meetings. That's what I call putting fresh batteries in my vibrator. But I saw a tourist walking side by side with her boyfriend. How nice that must be, you rude fucking out of town bitch. Go back to the suburb. Get her kitten heel stuck in the crack in the sidewalk, and she was fine, but her ankle went kee, and I chuckled. Am I becoming a bad person?
No.
Becoming a New Yorker.
I just got shit to do, right? My God, it's different. You know, even the homeless people in New York have shit to do. They'll walk by, they'll ask you for money, and you don't even have time to like say yes, and they just keep fucking walking. It's great. It was not like that when I lived in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, one time I was walking down the street and I found a quarter on the ground and I picked it up. And there's a homeless guy like sitting up on a stoop, like maybe 30 feet away, and sees me and calls out, "Hey, that's mine." And well, it's a quarter. I'm not going to not give it to the homeless guy when I just found it. But I like walked it over to him. And I just realized after that, like, what am I, a truffle pig? The homeless in Philadelphia are using Jews as truffle pigs. It's all I can think of. Oh my gosh. My marriage is interesting. I'm in a mixed marriage. I'm Jewish and my husband is German. I took his German last name when we got married because now my name is Danny Rydell. So my first initial last name spells dreidel. So please tell my family I did not abandon my Jewish identity. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm Jewish. He's German. And again, if you know anything about Hell's Kitchen, you know I'm safe. Apartments here do not have room for full-sized ovens. I enjoy the leverage. He takes orders really well. Guys, I haven't cleaned the bathroom in 13 years, which really helps with my anger issues, which get triggered by like everything. Like, have you people ever seen The Bachelor? Yes. What is with this show? It is the stupidest show in the world. It's a game show about polyamory, and the grand prize is monogamy. I'd be the worst Bachelor contestant ever because I've always wanted to be on a game show, but I was thinking more like Wheel of Fortune. I feel like I'd be back there in a rose ceremony. The dude would be like, "Danny, will you accept this rose?" And I'm like, we've been on 4 dates. I would like to buy a vowel. Oh. As required before date number 5. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm Danny. Have a great night.
Yay! Yeah, you should at least have one O before you get married.
Getting the joke.
That was the problem.
Long time afterwards. Take it from somebody who knows. And if I may just, well, this is a guy who's been an old friend of, God, many people for a long, long time. Old? We both wrote in various television shows in Los Angeles for a long time. We just missed each other in New York, but knew each other for a long time in Los Angeles. I hope you're all writing this down. I don't say this.
I am. I know this part. I want to hear the Shakespeare. When did you guys work with Shakespeare?
He's much younger than I am. At any rate, let's.
You mean the playwright or the fishing tackle?
There's a Shakespeare fishing tackle factory in Denver. Hey,
name dropper.
Let's spend more time not introducing it. Ned Rice, time.
It's starting? Okay, hi.
He's just as funny as he can be.
I'm sorry to hear that. I love doing this show. I love the format. I love all the guests, and I love one of the hosts. And the main thing I love about this show is I can do it without wearing pants. So thanks very much, everybody. That's the fun part.
Yeah,
that's the fun part of Zoom. Before we go any further, let's pay tribute to Queen Elizabeth. She was on the throne for 70 years, which breaks my dad's old record. So God love her. That man loved to go to the bathroom, I'll tell you right now. If he took a copy of War and Peace into the bathroom, you might as well just go to a gas station, because it's going to be a while, folks. Anyway, enough about pooping. Leonardo Dicaprio, you've heard of him. He's an actor. He's in the news now. Everybody's mad at Leonardo because he only dates teenagers. And as soon as they turn 23, 24, he cuts them loose and goes out and gets another teenager. Imagine in Hollywood, what a shock. And he said, I'm not a creep. Look, if a girl wants to date me, I only ask 3 things. She has to be single, she has to be open to being in a relationship, and she has to have a signed permission slip. That's all I ask. That seems fair. So God love him. I spent a lot of today on the phone trying to book a flight. And you know, when you call customer service or tech support, very often you get a person who is very nice, very friendly, and whose native language is not English. And that's a challenge for everybody. And I was wondering what happens when a guy in, say, India calls tech support. Who does he talk to? Some guy in Texas? Howdy, welcome to American Airlines. How can I help you today? I'm sorry, what was that? I'm here to help you with your flight selection. What can I do for you there, doggy? I need a round trip from Calcutta to Mumbai. You mean Bombay, don't you? No, I really mean Mumbai. That's what we call it. Okie dokie, I got your credit card number, you hard-swaggling double-ass sidewinder. Here's your confirmation code. G as in General Robert E. Lee. S as in sister, who's also your wife. G as in grits with red-eye gravy. And N as in, I know what N is for. Don't sit down. I know what it is. We can stop now. I think that's what the call would sound like, Mike. That's my impression.
Well,
and
you don't hear me arguing.
No, I've got you on mute. But anyway, Salman Rushdie's in the news. He's the author. He's the author who wrote a book that was so offensive they put a fatwa on his head. That means if you kill Salman Rushdie, the government of Iran gives you $30 million. Yeah, it's like their version of the lottery. You know, all you need is a dagger and a dream. And I'm all for free speech, you know, but $3 million, I could pay off my car and shit. So actually someone tried to kill Salman Rushdie. He was giving a speech in New York, and this guy ran on stage and stabbed him, stabbed his eye out. And but Salman Rushdie survived the assassination attempt, so that $3 million just rolls over now. And even at my age, I'm pretty sure I could take Salman Rushdie in a knife fight, especially now that he has a blind spot. So I called my tax guy and I said, just hypothetically, if I kill Salman Rushdie, should I take the $3 million as a lump sum, or should I do the yearly pay? I said, oh my God, don't do the lump sum. If you do that, you're the one who's going to get killed by the IRS. So just a word to the wise about killing Salman Rushdie. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you know this, Nick Faldo. Is this a golf crowd? Do you have any golfers here?
I know who Nick Faldo.
Okay, I'll talk softer. Nick Faldo, PGA legend, recently announced his retirement from golf. Nick Faldo is retiring from golf.
Huh. He still played?
How does that work exactly? If your work is golf, if your job's to go out and play golf every day, what happens when you retire? Put the clubs out on the curb on trash day and get a shitty job at Ford making pickup trucks? Like, give me that air gun. Wait, how much does this pay? I think you've made a terrible mistake if that's your voice. Yeah. So anyway, good old Nick. You know, folks, we're all getting older. It's true. we're getting to that retirement age. I don't have to tell you, Mike. And the truth is, I'm not as useful. Don't be fools. I'm not as youthful as I appear. I'm actually quite old. I'm so old now. I shop for clothes at the really Old Navy. Really, yeah, the really. I went to the Old Navy once. It was like a bunch of hipsters. I'm like, all I want is a pair of beige slacks. They don't have anything like that there. I said to the sales girl, "How much are these trousers?" She started crying. She called the manager. He used the T word. So yeah, that Old Navy, that's not for me. I'm so old, folks. My favorite sexual position is the reverse cowgirl mortgage. That's what I really enjoy. Tom Selleck turned me on to that. I'm so old, folks. My favorite internet porn category is, "That's okay, sir. We can just cuddle." How do they know that? Like, that's so personal. That's crazy to me. I don't know. And by the way, that is the worst part about getting old. It's not the health problems or the financial shit or looming death. The worst part about getting old is now young, attractive people call me sir. How did that happen? I used to be dude, and then I was bro. Now I'm sir. Like, what? Can I just have my lap dance, please, without all this sir shit? Why so formal? I can see by looking in your eyes, you're dead inside. Me too. Come on, let's have some fun. Yeah, I don't like the stir stuff. It's worse. My girlfriend the other night, my girlfriend said to me, "If you could live in any era of history, what would you like to live?" What are you saying? If you could travel back in time, anything, you could live during the Renaissance, the Reformation, World War II, the swingings. When would you want to live in history? I said, if I could go back in history, I'd go back 30 seconds before you asked me that stupid fucking question. That's what I would do. That would be my choice. And we haven't talked for a while. So, no, my girlfriend is lovely. She's got me on, she's really into health, like, exercise and eat right, heroin, all the usual trends and fads. And now she's got me on this new supplement. It's great. It's called, what's it called? Fentanyl. And I just started taking it today. I feel amazing. It's great. It helps me sleep, and now I'm homeless. So good for you, fentanyl. Folks, I think that's enough for me tonight. Thank you for listening.
Oh my God.
I hope you've enjoyed our show. Well, that's it for me, Mike.
Ned and Bob Kirk.
Yes.
Will both, the next time we do this show, they'll both go on much earlier.
Oh, why?
Bob will go on at all, and you'll go on much earlier because you waited for so long to.
But I got to watch a terrific show.
I beg your pardon?
And I got to watch a wonderful show, and also your parts. So it was fun. It was fun. It's fun for the whole family.
I get that. Yeah, you know what? The only time I've seen Danny laugh tonight was while you were performing, and the only time I've seen her clap was when you just said they'd watch a great show and me, and that's what
okay. She's my target audience.
Is it good to laugh with or laugh at?
I lived in Hell's Kitchen. People say, "Where do you live?" I said, "You make a left at Hell's Dining Room." I lived there for like 4 years, and I was hit by a car there once. So that's my memory of Hell's Kitchen.
He got more laughs getting hit by a car than telling that Hell's Dining Room.
Oh man!
Wow. Okay, so we're going there. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Not hurting people.
I live very close to Hell's Kitchen myself. Mr.
Yeah. How
Smarty.
did that go?
Well, it was, the neighborhood hadn't gone as downhill as when you lived there. But
by the time I lived,
that goes without saying. That goes without saying, though, right?
They would take anybody. No, not a good place.
It was all right. That was where the Wayans family grew up. So,
really?
Yeah, they grew up in those projects that were.
My goodness,
also,
that explains
Sylvester
a lot.
Stallone. Rocky,
yes, he was born there.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, he was born there, but he moved out fairly young to Maryland. So.
Still, I think that New York should take
Hell's Kitchen, I believe, is where Jamie Cagney was born and raised too.
I'm sure.
And what an interesting guy, man. Anyway, hey, you know what? Chuck has been napping for the last several acts. No, that's not true. He was watching you intently and then praying to God that I would shut my fucking mouth.
How's that going, Mike?
Sorry,
It
Chuck.
hasn't been working well, but I'm sure that he wants some kind of a funny photo, and then we can call the show, officially over. And
Okay.
does this mean that we also don't chat? We did all of our chatting in the sense of
in the
pretending
show.
to listen to me during the show, as opposed
They
to.
always listen to you, mate.
Thank you very much, Lorna.
What's that, Lorna? What did you say?
I
Yeah.
said always listen to Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Ned has selective deafness. When someone lies, he can't hear them.
You on mute or what?
Anyway, what kind of a yak time photo would you like? Oh, really? Speaking of going there.
This one. On the count of three, everybody take a little nap. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
Oh shit! I just woke up. I gotta pee. I gotta go pee.
Thanks
I
to
did
the
that
nice
while I was
people who
sleeping,
watched
so.
on the YouTube.
Mike, with the lighting like that, you look like Shields or Yarnell. There's a
I
reference.
look like Hans
There's a
Conried.
reference, all
Hans
right.
Conried in the Wonderful World of Disney version of Snow White.
Yes,
He
that
plays
too.
the guy introducing it, and
You
also
look like the man behind the curtain.
It looks like the guy, the heavy metal band. I can't. Disturbed. You just need to start singing.
Disturbed. I love that band.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I sing their version of Sounds of Silence.
That-
That is the best song.
Yes.
It looks like you're ready to do that now. Go on, give us.
And
give
the
us-
give us a
people
shot.
bowed and prayed.
Now you gotta get down with the sickness.
Can you go back to being Shields and Yarnell, please?
Mike does it all.
Why would I want to do that? They don't say anything. Hey.
Yeah, I think. Oh, now I get his joke.
Yeah. Do the bit with the toilet paper eyes and the toilet paper mouth thing. Do that one.
That's so Blue Man Group of you.
Blue
and also, what was
Blue Man Group.
what's that other
That's Chuck's name on.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, his is Blue, the entire group.
Blue Shield and Yarnell.
What's the name? What was the name of that group that did that had the actual toilet paper stuff, and they were black? They were.
Oh, Mum and Sean's.
Mum and Sean's. Yeah, they're
That's
all-
it. That's it. Yes. Of
I
course.
saw that. It was pretty entertaining, actually.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
There were no Mike Langworth. They
Interesting
were
fun
pretty
fact
good.
about Mum and Sean's is they're second and third generation performers, and they're the original Mum and Sean's came up with that idea just to escape prosecution after World War II.
Is that seriously?
Absolutely not.
Could be.
You reeled them in.
That's
Mike.
why their faces
You reeled them
weren't
in.
visible because they were trying to not be war criminals.
they didn't want the Nazi hunters to come.
A huge storm just started, so I'm going to log. All right.
Can
And
you
by
hear the
log off,
rain?
you don't mean
Yeah, the rain is
you
in
don't
my
mean sit on the
apartment too.
throne.
It's
for
hitting my
7 years.
air conditioner.
This
I
is like
actually went
really
to see-
loud rain.
I
Yeah,
actually
it's
went to
okay.
see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Mike, I went to see As You Like It at the Delacorte Theater, and it's the first time I've sat to a show. It rained the
Good
entire
night, everybody.
Good
Bye,
night.
Danny.
Hi, Danny.
show. Bye.
Great
Hi,
to see you all.
Danny.
It rained
Bye.
the entire show.
See you next time.
We sat in the rain. They performed in the rain, and we
Au
sat in the
revoir.
rain.
Who performed in the rain?
So it's an
I-
outdoor theater.
As
Yeah,
you
the-
like it.
Delacorte Theater, yeah. As You
Wow.
Like It.
Yeah.
So last
Alan,
performance.
how did you like it?
As
Not as you liked it.
Okay.
Alan likes it missionary. That's how he.
Oh dear.
Oh, man.
Oh, too soon? Too soon.
Tempest in a
No, wait.
teapot. That's the tempest in a teapot right there. A Midsummer Night's Dream. is Chuck's.
Yummy.
Midsummer Night Wet Dream.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's telling him. So anyway, I felt like I spent way too much time tonight, and I want to apologize to everybody, well, all but one of you, for that.
You do that every week, Mike.
What, apologize?
No, the other part. I'm kidding. It's only once a month.
You mean attempted jokes?
Well, you know, still. I like being funny, but come on, it's disrespectful to the other performers. I was pissed off that Bob Kirk had to leave. I mean, I get it. When I'm disrespectful on purpose, it's one thing. By accident,
that's your thing. That's what you do. It's second nature.
It's sort of a. I don't know why I do that, because I don't particularly do that in my, if you pardon the overstatement, act.
Bob should have gone to my place. Bob Kirk.
Does he have a pub? Well, fuck him.
I'm not sure Bob. I'm not sure Bob has enough material to go in your place.
He has a wee pub.
Oh shit!
And we're back to the on purpose stuff.
That's right.
Look at Randall Donovan.
Lorna's right.
Stepped away from the microphone, but look at all those CDs in the background. And I want to. He's a musician, and you are a musician, yes?
Yeah.
Randall.
Yeah.
And your main instrument is keyboards?
Piano,
right?
yeah.
Piano. I'm sorry, no offense intended. And do you also teach music, or is it just you're in a band, or both? Or
No,
separate?
I'm an accompanist in a private school, and I do the odd jazz gig when they come up. You know, there's a lot of good piano players in New York now, so it's kind of tough.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have a steady-ish gig.
My first roommate when I moved to New York, not one of my first roommates, was a classical pianist, and he played piano for the show Peter Pan. And I just assumed that all piano players could improvise and make up music on the spot. So my first comedy routine was going to be Curly from the Three Stooges singing Carmen, you know, wah, 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 wah. And I said, so you can play that for me, right? And he goes, no. What do you mean? He said, you have to make some charts. Like he couldn't just make it up. He could only play charts.
Alan, he was a fraud. He wasn't a real piano player.
No, but he could probably.
You've been lied to.
Difficult music. Yeah.
Yeah, he could probably play rocks.
Right.
The Rachmaninoff.
He was playing.
He had to have sheet music. He couldn't improvise.
Yeah.
You should have known when he was playing a player piano that he's.
On the other hand, Michael Feinstein was the accompanist for all the musicals in the Jewish Community Center in Columbus, where my wife was associated when she was in high school and stuff. And he was like 15, 16 years old, and he could play any of that stuff. And I don't know that he knows how to read music today, but he couldn't read music, but if he heard anything once.
Yeah, same with Mark Shaman.
Really?
Mark Shaman is a total ear player.
Yeah.
And he's good.
He's kind of a savant.
Well, the amazing thing about that is that he's composed for so many movies.
Right. But he just plays the track and someone else writes it down. It's like that. Me, I'm kind of like okay in a lot of areas. I can play some classical music. I can play by ear okay. I do a lot of things pretty well, and not like very well in one area. So
I'm told that a lot of guys who play in the pits on Broadway are like that. They can.
Yeah, they have to be.
And they can also.
Sight
If they're not
readers,
piano players, they can play a number of instruments.
Yeah, and they get paid a lot if they play like tenor sax and alto and flute. They get extra money for every. Even if they play a piccolo for 2 bars, you know, they got it made. You know.
Well,
My brother can play 7 woodwinds.
Chuck plays skin flute, don't you, Chuck?
Yeah. Speaking of, I need to go, everybody. So thanks for.
Me too, guys.
Hey, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting up with me, Chuck.
That was
I'm
just
sorry.
weird.
I didn't realize we were.
Ned,